In a result that has stunned many Americans, as well as those watching around the world, Donald Trump not only won the presidency overnight, but appears to have done so in a landslide. He not only won the popular vote, but will likely end up with well over 300 electoral college votes. Even more, Republicans have seized control of the Senate and are on their way to do the same thing in the House of Representatives. All of this serves to put massive power into the hands of Donald Trump, who has vowed to use it. Here are 10 takeaways from what happened and a look at what might be coming up. Number 1. Trump's massive win surprised me, as I thought the race would be too close to call for days, if not weeks. I even expected Trump to announce he had won with the race still up in the air, but that wasn't necessary with this convincing win. While I was wrong, one person who called this correctly was Brother James Key, who said a couple of weeks back that Trump would win in a landslide. So kudos to Brother Key for that prediction. Number 2, Republicans taking control of the Senate cannot be overemphasized. As I'm making this video, they have 52 seats in the Senate, which could easily increase to 54 as a couple of undecided races are favoring the GOP. Republicans are also on track to control the House, which means they will have extraordinary power to push through the exact agenda that Trump wants. It is simply a stunning trifecta of power that will fundamentally transform America. Number 3, in his victory speech, Trump said that he had received an unprecedented and powerful mandate, clearly recognizing that he now has the power to do whatever he wants. Congress will be a virtual rubber stamp for every single one of Trump's desires. This also means that every single one of Trump's nominees will be confirmed and that his cabinet will be entirely made up of hardcore MAGA loyalists, ready to do whatever the king wants. And make no mistake about it, the king wants a lot. Number 4, will Democrats acquiesce to Trump now that he has all of this power, or will they try to prevent his inauguration in January? A lot can happen in the next 2 months, but I tend to believe that the Democrats will start to understand that they can't fight the beast. That probably extends to how Trump is scheduled to be sentenced on November 26th for falsifying business records to cover up a sex scandal with Stormy Daniels. In all likelihood, those charges will simply be dismissed by the judge. I will add, however, that half of this country still detests Donald Trump, and we will likely see any number of protests and demonstrations against him from ordinary Americans, possibly even resulting in violence. Number 5, Trump's stunning win is also the beginning of Trump's New World Order. Over the years, he has repeatedly spoken harshly of our allies while complimenting our adversaries. This could culminate in new alliances, such as America possibly joining BRICS, while old alliances like NATO pass on by. Trump also now has the power to forge new peace deals, not only between Ukraine and Russia, but in the Middle East, where he will likely seek to strengthen the Abraham Accords by getting more nations to come on board. It will basically be a Trump Accords for Israel and many nations around her. Number 6, not only has Trump himself received enormous power, but the whole MAGA movement is now a virtually unstoppable force. It will continue to grow and overwhelm every aspect of our lives, including the government and religion, even more than it has already. This extreme patriotism will divide Christians, one against the other, and is setting up the scenario where any of us who are not fully on board with the MAGAification of our Christian faith will find ourselves accused of treason. Number 7, perhaps the most distressing part of Trump's win for those of us who are Christian is how other Christians will now see it as confirmation that God has chosen him to save America. They will elevate Trump even more than they have already done. This will be especially obvious in how the so-called MAGA prophets will speak from now on, as almost anything Trump does will be described in terms of being God's will, or even that Trump is speaking and acting on God's behalf. Number 8, I've seen a number of comments about Trump's win relating to the Antichrist being given 3.5 years to continue, as described in Revelation 13:5. This is partially true, and I'll get more into that in a longer video over the next week or two. Suffice to say, this should be a fascinating study for all of us. Number 9, one of the more frightening outcomes with this massive win by Republicans is that AI will get a free rein to develop. A Harris administration would have likely continued the Biden administration's more careful approach to AI regulation. By contrast, the incoming Trump administration portends a much more volatile scenario, with reduced regulations and Trump's transactional approach to government allowing AI to virtually run wild. To quote Axios, Trump's pattern of rewarding loyalty, punishing critics, and embracing the ideas of the last person that talked to him make it hard to foresee all the twists and turns AI policy would face in a new Trump administration. Number 10, how much of a dictator will Trump be? Trump has made it clear on numerous occasions that he intends to immediately enact a number of stunning executive orders that will radically transform America, and that he will do so quickly and without hesitation. In addition, we have Trump's desire for retribution against his perceived enemies, which he will be able to do as Congress is fully under his control. I do believe that Trump's plan for vengeance will be shocking, as some people may even be executed. Trump will also, I believe, hold the threat of extreme retribution over the heads of his enemies in an effort to get them to bow down before him, just like so many Republicans have done in the past. Because in the end, it's all about worshiping the King of America. In closing, I'll be doing a video later this month about what 2025 will look like under Trump, and hopefully also discuss some of the things that true Christians can and should do. All of these things can be frightening, of course, but it's important for us to remember that God is in control. Let's not forget Isaiah 41:10. Fear not, for I am with you. Be not dismayed, for I am your God. I will strengthen you. Yes, I will help you. I will uphold you with my righteous right hand. Thank you for watching, and I'll talk to you guys soon.